I'll send you the information on it, but it's good. Okay. So let's talk about, I don't know if any of you listened to my 9 at 9 on Friday, but I broke down the word leadership. I talked about being a leader and what it meant, and breaking it down in order to become a better leader, the things that you need to do. And when I went to Sundance, Cora Hoffman actually did a training on this, and I called her and I said, girl, that was fire, and I need to share it with my team. So you know what she did? She sent me all of her notes on what she trained on. That's how I love this company, because she gets nothing off of anything that I do. And for her to have taken her time to put this training together and just say, oh, I'll just send you my notes. I mean, how awesome is that? And she knows I would do the exact same thing for her. But I got her notes for this training, and I did it. I broke it down in 10 minutes on our 9 at 9. But we're gonna go into it a little bit more. And so on the side of your paper, I want you to put leadership. The word, leave some space in between your L and your E and your A and your D. You can do one letter at a time if you want to make sure you have enough space, but that's what we're gonna do. And you know, sometimes being a leader is not an easy thing to do. Being a leader takes a lot out of us. Sometimes it's stressful. Sometimes it's exasperating. Sometimes you just want to go to bed and put your head under the covers. But sometimes it's the most rewarding thing that you could ever do. Sometimes it's the most pride you could ever feel in your chest, especially when you see your team achieving things and you see your team doing things, or you get text messages from suggestions that you made and the people did it and succeeded, and they're so excited. That those are the times that make the hard times bearable. Those are the times that you don't think so much about that at all. You don't think about the grit and all the things that you went through. That moment right there when you have that pride in your chest and you could almost burst. That makes everything that you go through worth it. Every time that you get to an achievement that you had your goal set on, and you work really hard and you go through those bumps and the over the hard roads and all that kind of thing, and you achieve that, the feeling that makes you feel when you hit that rank, you know, that's the things that gets you through. And when you experience those things as a leader, all of the hard times and all of the yuck and all of the shaduki you have to go through in order to get there just makes it so worth it, you know? So we're going to talk about leadership, and we're going to talk about some things that you've got to do to make yourself a better leader, and just to give you just some things to do when nothing's happening, because that's how I feel sometimes. You know, you feel like you're working, beating your head against a wall. But let's just start with the L. We're going to break this down one letter at a time and go through it. So L, learn to be the leader that you wish you had. So if you're on my front line, I think you got a dang good leader. I'm just saying. But learn to be the leader either that you want to emulate. So this is what I want to ask you. What if your entire team was exactly like you? What if they signed up the exact same amount of people? What if they did the exact same number of IPAs? What if they had the same number of subscriptions enrolled? What if they enrolled the same number of distributors? What if they went to the same number of events? What would your business look like? Now, I know some of you on here would be going, woohoo, my business would look good if I had 10 of me. But some of you are saying, if everybody on my team was exactly like me, my business may not be great. So lead by example. Learn to be the leader that you want a whole team of. Quit making excuses and do the work. Do the work every single day. Learn to be persistent. Learn to be consistent. Learn the things to make you a better leader. And one of the books that they hand out at when you go to the Director's Invitational is Learning to Build, I think it's Building Network Marketing Leaders. If you have not gotten that book, it's by Big Al Schreider or something like that. If you have not read that book, I know they're going to give it to you when you get director. Don't wait until you get to be a director to get it. That book is, it's like $6 for a paperback. It is the best book I've ever read as far as me developing myself as a leader and learning what to expect. Because one of the things it says in that book is if you find a leader, you are going to be rich beyond measure. If you find 2 leaders, you can't even believe what your life will look like. If you find 3, you need to go back and check what a leader is, because they're that rare that if you've got 3, then you probably don't know what a real leader is. So getting that book and learning what a leader is and learning what you should do as a leader is just that there, you can't put a price on that. So I'll actually, if you look in boards under business and under self-development, I have got recommended books, and you can order that book through Amazon. There's the link to it. Hands down, one of the best books I have ever read about developing yourself as a leader and learning to be that leader that you want to, that you want to attract. So E, energy is everything. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you remember the training about when I did the CEO training, one of the points that I made on there was people will be attracted to you not because of what you have, but because of who you are. So you've got to exude excitement. You've got to exude positivity. You've got to make it a place that people can't wait to be a part of. Do things for your team. Make them feel important. Shout them out for everything. Make that energy just overflow, because that's what people are looking for. People are looking for something that they can't get anywhere else. And if you give them that, they won't ever leave you. I'm telling you, it'll be something that they crave. So you have to start that energy though, because it all flows downhill. So even when you don't feel like it, fake it. Always be positive. Next thing is A, always share what you're doing with your team after you do it. So if you've got a new idea on trying, a new promo idea or some new verbiage, you try it first, make sure it works, and then share it. Don't just make suggestions and tell your team to do something without you finding success in it, because that's just wasting everybody's time. And again, that's not being a leader that shows your team what to do. That's a delegator. We don't want to be that. We want to be the one in the trenches. We want to be the ones that go first, do the things first, and then share that with our team. D. Oh, this one's a hard one for some of you. Do the thing you're most scared of to do first thing every single day. And I want to just shout out Deborah right now, because she did her first Facebook Live this week. I was so proud of her, and she did it real good. And so did Sharon. Sharon did, I don't know if that was her first one. I think it was her first one here in the last week or so, but they're getting out of their comfort zones. And Christy Bland, when I went to Founders Club, she told, and hang on, I've got it around here somewhere. She told me about a book called Eat That Frog. And I wish, I've got that one in, that one's in the recommended books as well. But it says, whatever it is that you dread most, do it first thing, and then you don't have to worry about it the rest of the day. Then you have accomplished the hardest thing. Everything else is going to be gravy. If you've got 2 frogs, eat the ugliest one first. And I don't know if that's exercising for you. I don't know if that's going live for you. I don't know if that's what it is, but I know that going live is hard for a lot of people. And I know that that is one of the things that is one of those ugly frogs for a lot of people. And the thing that it gives people a chance to know you. It gives people a chance to see you. It doesn't have to be Xyngular. You don't have to throw up Xyngular on people every time you go live. Talk about family. Remember the F's, okay? Family, friends, fun, food, let's see, fur babies. Your F's. And then throw Xyngular in there every few times. I mean, find something to talk about, you know, when you're doing those things. Like, I mean, y'all saw what I did today with the coffee and my Willy Wonka no sugar added creamer. I mean, my gosh, that's fantastic. I'm going to do that on my personal page tomorrow because I'm going to talk about my Willy Wonka creamer. But then that also gives me a chance to say, and I put my chocolate lean in it. You know, and I'm not saying you need chocolate lean, buy chocolate lean. I'm telling them what I'm putting in my coffee, you know? So you throw it in there, but they're going to see my personality and they're going to get to know me through my live videos. So let's see. I'm done, lost my notes. Y'all know how I am. No matter what it is that intimidates you, that you have to do, some people, it's IPAs. That is like the thing that they dread. Sending birthday messages, you know, commenting and sending, you know, putting people in the adventure page. The 6 things that you have to do every day. Do it first thing. If you get to the middle of the day and you're like, oh my God, still haven't done it. Do it first thing in the morning. Get it out of the way. We know how long it takes, right? 40 minutes. It takes 40 minutes. Do it first thing. Don't let fear paralyze you and keep you in the same place. So you're looking back a year from now and saying, God, I wish I had done all that. I wish I'd been consistent, done what I was supposed to do. Do it first thing. Eat that frog. E, empower your leaders every single day. There is a huge difference in empowerment and enablement. We have talked about this before. Don't enable the people on your team. Teach them how to do stuff, especially your new people. If you just do it for them, how are they going to learn? How are they going to know how to do it? How are they going to know how to be the leader and teach their people how to find stuff? So if someone asks you how to do something, instead of just telling them, tell them where to find the answer. If someone asks you a question, same thing. Tell them where to find the answer. If someone has somebody that they want you to get on a phone call with and do a inspire call or do a troubleshooting call, don't you dare talk to anybody else's person without their coach on the phone with you. Do not do it, because how are they going to learn the answers? Now, I do a lot of calls, but I will never do a call without that person's coach on the phone with customers. Now I do with leaders. I'll talk to any leader, any of you that call me, I'll talk to you. But your customers, I would not talk to any of your customers without you on the phone, because that is enabling. That's me doing your job. And that's not what I'm supposed to do. You do your job. I will help you, but I'm not going to enable somebody. I did that a long time ago and it did not turn out well. So I don't do that anymore. And you should not either. R. Woo, this is a good one. Reach up to complain or vent or talk about your struggles. Never go down line with any of that. So find you a person. Find you if it's not your upline, find somebody on your cross line, on your sideline. Find another leader that's not even on this team, but find you a person. You guys know my person is Stacy Loftus, and he is not scared to tell me to suck it up, put on my big girl panties, and do my job. He will tell me that. And I need him to tell me that sometimes. But he also is empathetic with me when I have a problem that I have to deal with, or when I'm struggling, or when I'm just having a bad day. You know, he will listen to me. And it's usually, I mean, it's like we're girlfriends. Don't tell him I said that, but it really is. It's like I talk to him like a girlfriend. and because he understands, my business, and like when my points aren't where they're supposed to be, stuff like that, when they're low, or when, I can't figure out how to get them up. I mean, he listens, and we bounce ideas off each other. He's my person. Find your person. It may not be your upline, but I can guarantee you there's somebody on this team that will be your person. So find them. S. This one, a lot of you are going to relate to. The struggle bus is going to happen. Rebecca talked about this on Thursday last week, that there's going to be months that it doesn't seem like anything is happening. It seems like you are working your tail off and you are hitting your head up against a brick wall. Nobody's signing up. Nobody's ordering. People are canceling their subscription. You're doing everything right. Nobody's being a distributor. Nobody's sharing this. Nobody's posting. People are ghosting you. Y'all, it happens to everybody. That is the struggle bus. So what you got to do while you're on that struggle bus is you've got to learn. You've got to learn perseverance while you're on that struggle bus. You've got to learn consistency while you're on that struggle bus. You've got to learn to push through and remember where you're going. Because when that bus is going over this rocky road and stuff like this, and you're bouncing and hitting your head on the ceiling, and you're just like, Lord, when am I going to get on smooth ground? You've got to know that there is smooth concrete right ahead. You're not going to stay on this rocky road forever. But the thing you can't do is get off the bus. You have to stay on the bus until you get to the smooth ground, because it will happen. And I know that y'all think, Lord, she's been saying this for months. She's been saying it over and over. But I've lived it. Luann can tell you. Rhonda can tell you. Vicky can tell you. That you're going to get through, and we're just on the brink of it. I'm telling you, we are on the brink of it. And I talked to Teresa. Teresa works at a bank. People have not started seeing tax returns yet. That's when it usually busts open in February. And so if they're not getting them yet, that's why we haven't seen the big surge. People have extra money during tax season. That's when our boom season starts. So I've been trying to figure it out and find out why, and I can't find anything on it. So I'm hoping they start trickling in here, and by next week we'll start seeing them. But I am getting interest. I'm getting people interested. More and more people are coming back into chats. They're getting that conversation going again. So make sure you're following up with people. Don't give up on people. So H. Have faith that it's going to happen. If you don't quit, it will. And we say this all the time. The only way you're going to fail is if you quit or if you don't work. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're consistent day in and day out, you're going to see the shift. So right now, you may be working more than you're getting paid. But you've got to keep going, because eventually that shift is going to happen and you're going to get paid way more than you could ever work. Because I worked for 25 years at a job where 2 years with this company, I matched that income. And there's no way that I could ever do the amount of work now that for what I get paid for. So there was a shift. So you've got to get to that point where you have that shift consistently. This one might step on some toes too. You've got to do the inspire calls. You've got to get back on the phone with people. It's not an option. You got to get people on the phone for them to hear and see the vision of this. Do the video chats. Those are even more effective. They can't see it through a text message, and they can't see it through Messenger. They can't see it through just words. They've got to hear it. They've got to hear the excitement. So day 3 calls, celebration calls, day 9 calls, do them. Every time you get an update, get them on the phone with somebody to celebrate them. That's what they are going to hear is, oh my gosh, I'm so excited you've lost 8 pounds in 8 days. That's fantastic. Girl, have you told somebody? Because you could be the answer to somebody else's problems. You could be you could have a friend holding on by a thread of hope, and they could hear what you've already done, and you could be their solution. You could be the answer to their prayer. Oh, I'm so excited for you. And you've got to get good at it. You've got to get good at just loving on people. You've got to get good at, and you've got to have the belief in you that this business is for everybody. This business is going to change everybody's life, that everybody needs the option for the financial freedom that we have. So share it with people. You're leaving out a blessing if you don't have them, if you don't tell them about it. I didn't do it for a year. I did not talk to people about the business unless they specifically asked me. We didn't do that because we didn't want people to think that we didn't want people to think that we were just trying to get their money. That's what was in my head. We didn't want people to think that we just wanted them to go to work. We wanted them to try the products because the products were amazing. But we hurt so many people and their ability to be able to get these products for free and stay on them long term, because I made that decision for people. I did not give them the information and let them make their own decision. Shame on me. And if you're not doing it, shame on you. Get them on the phone with other people. If you're not good at it, put them on the phone with somebody who is. We have got a team full of people who are amazing on the phone. Rhonda Smith is a rock star on the phone. Stacey Barnes is a rock star on the phone. Vicki Bronner is a rock star on the phone. Luann can kill it on a phone call. Tanisha is fantastic. She is amazing, an amazing speaker. We have got some people that can take your people and love on them and share with them. So you've got to do inspire calls. You should be doing an inspire call every single day. If you don't have customers, get prospects on the phone with people. Get your prospects on the phone with people and have them tell them what the products have done for them. Have them tell them what the business has done for them. Have them share their story. Get somebody on the phone to share a 5-minute story with your people every day. Okay. P. This is the last one. It only takes one person to change everything. So don't give up. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep sharing. You've got to keep signing people up. You've got to keep talking about the business, because it only takes one person to see that dream, the same dream that you see right now, to change everything. Just one. Can you imagine signing somebody up that's your next Lacey friend, or your next Jana Bullard, or your next Freddie Elias, your next Cynthia Evans? I'll tell you a story about Lacey friend, and some of you that have been here a while know this, but she went to a meeting out of obligation. She went because someone called and said, I've got someone coming from out of town. I need a favor. I need somebody to show up. She left her purse in the car. She had already said, I am not buying anything. She went, she crossed her arms, listened to the pitch. She went home and she told her husband, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. There's something to this. And she ordered, and she freaking rocked it. She became the first millionaire in the company because someone asked her for a favor. They didn't say, I need you to come to this. We're having this meeting and, we need to, we would like for you to come. No, they called and said, look, girl, I need you. I need to fill some seats. I made a commitment. I just need somebody to show up. That's why she came. Call in the favors. Talk to people that you want to do this with. Who do you want to travel with? Who do you want to help? Who do you want to see succeed? Who do you see struggling? Who did you see struggling today to get up and go to work? Who do you work with that hates their job? I know Luann hated her job for a long time. So she finally retired. But I mean, who is there? Tell them about it. Dream big. Don't put your dreams in a box. Have huge goals. Don't be scared of the big things that you want. Make a plan, execute it. And if it's not working, change it. Do something different. Be a leader and start now. What I want to challenge you is I want to challenge you to have a meeting Friday. Why not? Friday or Saturday. You can do it either day. Or you can even do it Thursday night. Have a meeting. If you can't do it in person, do it on Zoom. But commit to that. Be a leader. Host your own meeting. Do it. You don't need anybody but you to do it. Because you know this stuff. So that's my challenge for you. Step outside the box. Get outside your fears. Get outside your comfort zone and make the magic happen. And leadership, that is the most important thing that you could learn. So I love y'all so much. Does anybody have anything? Anybody?
I don't know if you saw my chat there. Saw the first check Saturday.
First returns, the third week of February. They usually come out the first week of February. So they're way behind this month. So you know what? Make a post in your stories about using your tax returns for an investment in you. Instead of blowing it on something that's not going to pay you back, use it for something that is going to be a long-term investment. Talk about the tax returns. Talk about income tax. Everybody's getting one. Most people, not me, but most people will get one. So talk about them. Thank you. Anybody else got anything? All right. Well, I'm going to declare Ephesians 3:20 over this team. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. We are in the right place at the right time. And I declare a boldness, no fear zone, a boldness to rise up in each one of you. God is going to open supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out and we are going to rise in the ranks because we ask him for it and we give him the glory and honor for it. Love you guys.